Good morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed about diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Today we are going to discuss about active transport. Unlike diffusion, active transport takes place from lower concentration region to higher concentration region. In diffusion, yesterday we have discussed the molecule or substance or ions transport from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. But here in active transport, from lower concentration region to higher concentration region, the transportation takes place. Transportation of substance from lower concentration region to higher concentration region. Here, just I will tell you one example. Suppose this is a mountain or hill. Okay, if you want to climb this mountain up to here, this place, okay, you need some energy. Why? Because this is very high than your place, so you need to input some energy to going here or to reach this place. So like this, if any molecule, for the transportation of any molecule from lower concentration region to higher concentration region, it requires energy in the form of ATP. What is here ATP? ATP means adenosine triphosphate. So this supplies energy. That's why in a body or in cell, ATP is called cellular currency. Energy in the form of ATP is required to transport substance or molecule from low concentration region to high concentration region. This is called active transport. It is also called uphill transport. Generally, this active transport takes place in the cell, in a tissue. So, on the cell, there are some proteins. Just imagine this is a cell membrane. Here, in cell membrane, we find some proteins. These proteins are called pumps. So these pumps are nothing but a protein molecule, transmembrane protein molecule, which transport molecules or substance from lower concentration region to higher concentration region. The best example is sodium-potassium transporter. This transporter is located in the cell membrane and which translocates sodium ions inside the cell and potassium to the outside. So this is which requires energy. That's why it is called active transport. Here pump select molecules. Selectivity is present in this transporter's mechanism. So here these pumps only transport selected molecules, specific molecules. So specificity is present in active transport, and yesterday we have discussed facilitated diffusion. And one more thing, inhibitor. If you add any inhibitor, these inhibitors, they will bind to the protein or amino acid side chains and it inhibits transportation process. transportation process. So here inhibitors inhibits the transportation process in facilitated diffusion and active transport mechanism. Okay. And second small topic is water potential. Water potential. So this water potential is a concept which is highly useful for the understanding of the water movement in a plant. You know very well, plants are 130 to 140 meters high, eucalyptus example. So up to this much height, this much length, water has to transport. So to transport this much length, we need to understand certain terms. Then only we can understand the mechanism of water transportation process. Here, water potential. What is water potential? Water potential is nothing but the kinetic energy of the water molecule. Whenever there is free water molecule, these water molecules have kinetic energy. Okay, they move in random fashion and in a constant fashion, constant manner. So this kinetic energy is called free energy of the water. Free energy. This kinetic energy is also called free energy. And the fewer molecules, the concentration of water increases, the water potential also increases. Okay. Suppose if you take a bucket of water and a drum of water, where will be higher water potential? In drum of water. Okay. So like that, water potential, high water potential is present where free water molecule is highly present. Hope you understood. Okay. This water potential is indicated by a symbol that is psi. This is psi. Okay. Water potential is indicated by psi letter. And water potential has two components: solute potential and pressure potential. Pressure potential. Here solute potential is indicated with psi s and pressure potential is indicated by psi p. So what is solute potential? Water potential has two components, that is solute potential and pressure potential. Suppose this solute potential is applicable to the solutions. What is solution? Solvent plus solute. Solvent plus solute is called solution. That means solute is dissolved in the solvent molecule, then it becomes solution. Solutions, all types of solutions has lower water potential than pure water. So all this is, remember, very important, all the solutions has few water potential. Cider. Okay. So if you add solute, the water potential decreases. So solute potential is always negative. Solute potential is always negative. So we indicate minus psi s. Okay. And I come to the pressure potential. If pressure is constant or atmospheric pressure, the solute potential is equal to the water potential is equal to the solute potential. Okay. Here pressure potential, when you keep on increases pressure, this pressure potential increases the water potential. Okay. So the relation between the water potential and solute potential, pressure potential can be written as psi w equal to psi s plus psi p. So this is the equation of the water potential. Very important. The pure water potential at atmospheric pressure is 0. side up is equal to 0 for pure water. So this is water potential concept. Tomorrow we will discuss about osmosis. Thank you.